So you might be thinking, nothing is going to work for me. I've been in pain, had this tension, this stiffness for so long that nothing now is going to help me. This is just the way that it's going to have to be for me. It doesn't matter what routine it is, it doesn't matter what technique. I'm stuck in this pain and this is just how I'm going to have to spend the rest of my life. Maybe you've tried lots of things, maybe you've spent lots of money, maybe you found a solution that worked for a while and then you were back to square one. So maybe you've just fed up of keep trying new different things and you're realising that this is just the way that things have to be. And it isn't because you don't want to feel better, it isn't because you've given up on yourself, it's just because you've tried so many things, you feel exhausted and the pain is getting more and more, and this is just becoming who you are and the way that you have to adapt your life to make those changes in order to live with this tension, this stiffness and this lack of movement, mobility in your body. In this video I'm going to talk about what pain does to us, what it does to our mindset, what it does to our identity, and look at ways that we can start to make changes once we're aware of this to support our body to release that tension, to release that pain and stiffness. So hello, my name is Catherine and I'm a block therapy instructor, fascia alignment coach. So when pain first starts, we think, oh, this will pass, and we kind of just ignore it. We just try and move on with whatever it is we're doing, and just maybe it stops us in the moment, but we don't do anything about it because we just kind of want it to disappear. And so we carry on like that for a while, and then maybe the pain gets a bit worse, and then we think, right, we perhaps need to do something about this, and then we might seek a solution, looking for it, and that solution doesn't make things better, it makes things worse. Or it makes things better for a while and then it comes back again, which is frustrating, all the effort, maybe financial costs that you put into it, and it isn't going. The pain, the stiffness, the tightness is just not disappearing. We start to adapt our lives around our pain. So if we are struggling with pain or stiffness or lack of mobility, we do things differently. We might stop going to places, we might stop bending down as often, or just thinking twice about doing things because this is now having an impact. So we're adapting our body to fit in around this pain and lack of mobility, and that then becomes the norm in our life. This is the way that we are now because of this pain is taking over. Rather than us finding a solution, we've just started to live with it. And I know this feeling. I know that when my pain started to creep up on me, I ignored it. And then there would be moments where I wasn't able to ignore it. And because it would have me in so much pain, I couldn't do the things I needed to do. And it left me feeling frustrated, sad and angry. Why is this happening to me? Why can't I get out of pain? And I sought solutions. I tried things. I put time and effort into trying to overcome the pain, getting out of the pain, but it just wasn't working. And sometimes I felt like what I was doing was just making it worse and worse, which was even more frustrating because I felt like I was worse off than when I first started because the pain was getting worse and worse. Now, obviously the pain might have got worse on its own, even without these activities, but that's how it makes you feel. It makes you feel that all the efforts that you're doing are not worthwhile, and you start to feel inside of yourself that you can't change, that this is not going to be possible for you. Other people can, but it's just not possible. I'm just not going to be able to get out of this pain. And you start thinking of how your life is going to be dealing with this pain and making compensations for it. So the pain starts affecting what you think is possible. It affects your mindset. It stops you feeling positive. If you think you can do something, then you can. If you think you can't do something, then you can't. And this mindset plays the voices in your head, the things that you'd start to tell yourself, the identity that you identify with starts to change. Oh, my bad back, or oh, my bad knee. We start putting labels on things because this becomes part of who we are. Oh, I'm in pain. I can't go there because of my knees. Oh, I couldn't do that walk for too long because it would hurt my back. And we start to adapt our lives to fit around this pain. And it just feels like this is the way that it's always now going to be. So we started to lose this confidence in our body. And it's not because we're lazy or because we haven't tried. It's just because we feel disappointed. And I want to offer you this today to think about that your body is capable of more than you think it is. And just sit with that. Feel into, my body is capable of more than I think it is. just think about our body is capable of more, then maybe we can get ourselves out of this pain, this tension, this tightness that we are feeling. This won't happen overnight, and it isn't about pushing through. It's about melting. It's about listening to the body. It's about understanding the body. It's about helping the body to relax, helping the body to release the tension. And this happens with consistent effort, doing a process that works, a process that helped so many people in your situation. And it's a gentle, melting approach, not forceful, and your breath is always guiding you. And when you have the breath guiding you, you can't take your body to places that it doesn't want to go, because the breath will tell you that it's not safe. When we learn to listen to the breath and we learn to always come from that place where we have this calm breath and not holding the breath in all activities that we do, not just when we're doing this practice. If we are holding the breath, we're going to put ourselves in a place of potential injury. I'm going to show you a technique that you can do to help yourself get from that sympathetic state. Because when we're in pain, we start to breathe from the chest, the upper chest muscles. We're not breathing from the diaphragm. Because we feel stress, because we're in pain, we're in this fight and flight, and we feel stress, we feel that we're in danger, so we start to shallow breathe. And this puts more pressure on the body because the body isn't getting the oxygen it needs to function correctly. And when the body doesn't feel that it's safe, it has more tension, more stiffness, lack of mobility. So this is playing a part in also the pain that you're experiencing. So not only do you feel the pain, the physical pain, but also your mindset is feeling that I can't work with this anymore, I can't live with this anymore. So now we need to give our body what it actually needs, and it needs that relaxed parasympathetic state so that it can rest, digest and heal. So we want to connect to that diaphragmatic breath. And what you can do, you can try this with me now. So if you can, you want to be breathing in and out through the nose. In for a count of 4. So as we breathe in, we want to expand that belly out like as much as we can. And this might take practice. It may feel that it isn't coming from the belly. So place a hand on the stomach, feel where that breath is coming from. So breathe in for a count of 4 through the nose, and then breathe out for a count of 6. Imagining that belly button's going to the spine, and you can feel your hands, if your hands are on your stomach, going smaller sinking into the stomach. And then breathe in for a count of 4, feeling that belly expand again, and out for a count of 6. Feeling that belly going small. And just do a few breaths of them and feel your body soften. Maybe your shoulders start to relax. Maybe the tension in your face starts to relax. Maybe you just feel a little bit calmer inside. So maybe you're finding this hard, and don't worry about it, it will come. We were all born breathing diaphragmatically, and we've just over time forgotten how to do this. So you will learn again. So it might not be this first time, but even just having that intention that the breath is coming from the diaphragm, and you can expand that breath then up to the chest. So it's coming in, starting from the diaphragm, and then it can expand up. But we want to start the breath from the diaphragm rather than from the chest. And this is the breath that we use in the block therapy classes. So when the body is being compressed, it's losing its space, we need to inflate that space with the breath. And we can decompress the areas of tension using the block therapy block or rolled up towel to do that as well. So in my next video, I will show you routines that you can do to help release that tension. But just for now, start with the breath. You can do this sitting in a seat, you can do this lying down first thing in the morning before you go to bed. It'll help you to relax. So breathing in for a count of 4, breathing out for a count of 6. We always want the out breath to be longer than the in breath in order to make that exhale release from the body. We want to get rid of that exhalation completely, release all those toxins, release that waste from the body. If you've been stuck in pain, we want the answers right now. We want everything to be fixed, but the body needs to take it slow. We need to just connect to that breath to start off with so that we can start trusting the body again, and the body can come into that parasympathetic state where it can start to relax, it can start to rest, and it can start to heal the body. In my next video, I'll talk about how pain isn't just something that suddenly appears, how it gradually builds up on us, and how we're ignoring those symptoms, and what is underneath the surface, so that fascia, that connective tissue, and what we can do to support our body to be able to release that tension. And I'll show you a fascia decompression techniques that you can do to start releasing that tension. But for now, focus on that breath. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.